Intergadi washing. Intergadi washing like it's fighting me. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Pasitana Tavani. If you don't know, now you know, baby. And this is a brand new spanking video. That's very dramatic. I feel like every single time I try to record a video now, I feel so out of touch with recording YouTube content. It feels pretentious or fake. But anyways, don't you miss me? We are definitely back in the streets. I've been wanting to record this video for a while, but I think now is the perfect time to really record a life update. I want to be a bit more consistent. This is every YouTuber's song, but I want to be a bit more consistent, especially November and December, and release a video every single week. That's my promise to myself, so fingers crossed. So yeah, like I said, today we're doing a life update because the year 2022 Intergadi washing like it's fighting me. Okay, like this has been a very interesting year. I think the word for 2022 that I would use was resilience. This is a year that really taught me about resilience, and yeah, it threw hands and it taught me how to rely on myself again, and thrust me into situations where honestly I did not think I could get myself out of. But yeah, let's get into it. I have a little notebook so that my video is not all over and I remember what to talk about. You get it. Okay, so first we're gonna start off light and we're gonna start off really nicely. Okay, the biggest thing that I personally feel like I've done this year was graduate. I finally finished my degree. Yay! I'm gonna insert that sound. I finally finished my degree. Why am I so nervous? I haven't done this in so long, guys. But I finally finished my degree, and honestly, like, thank God, because honestly, had it not been for COVID, I would have been sayonara and dropped out the whole. What really helped was going online and studying online, and even just the final push of me finishing last year, I think it was last year, the year before, was just the fact that I thought if I fail another freaking module or if I fail anything, then I'm gonna have to go back to campus in order to finish the degree. And I was like, ain't no way, boy, ain't no way over my dead body. So I really all pushed and I graduated. It was really nice. You guys should watch out for that graduation vlog. The thing is, the content was on my camera and I can't edit right now. It's a lot. I bought a camera also. So yeah, that was really fun. That was really nice. It was something that really made me feel very loved by the amount of people who showed up for me and came together to celebrate me. I had a nice cute little dinner. I look so good. Like, oh, that is probably the most beautiful I've looked this year. I looked delicious. That was back in May, and I actually cut my hair. Obviously you can't see now, but in May I was like, you know what, a lot is going on, so let's just cut my hair. So I cut my hair. I'll insert a picture over here. Unfortunately I didn't record content, but that was very liberating. And now after cutting my hair, like, if you're thinking of doing it, just know that you're no longer going to care about anything. You don't have any attachment to anything anymore, and you're just ready to let everything go and say, angel, it's Amaya, like, it's someone. I promise you, cutting your hair and losing that attachment changes your life. That's why the quote, a woman who cuts her hair is about to change your life. Don't say I didn't tell you. So yeah, that was really interesting. I never thought I would actually go through with it, and now that I've cut my hair, I really love it. I think it's the most beautiful I've ever looked when I have short hair. I don't think I'm gonna go back to long hair anytime soon. Maybe just to get braids, but yeah. Okay, and then on the topic of school, I finally started studying something that I really love, digital marketing. I'm supposed to be done by now, but I am still studying, child. Like, self-study is not a joke. It is not a joke. I really respect people who start a degree from the beginning till the end and self-study. Like, uni students, Well done, guys, because that is not easy, and I'm not doing a fully fledged degree, so it's a little bit I don't say more relaxed, but it's not a degree. Like, it's a little less intensive, especially coming from a science background in terms of education. Getting into digital marketing, it was a nice transition. Just that self-study, my boy. Yo, my notes are literally over there. I've been studying for 2 days now, and I have not touched like anything, and I really want to write soon. So I would tell you the date, but I used to not believe in evil eye, but now after 2022, boy, I'm being mysterious. You're not gonna get any details, okay? So yeah, it's been really, really nice. I enjoy the content. I think it's something that I see myself doing full time. Like, I can't lie, it is mind-blowing how much effort goes into marketing, and how the things that you think are just a way of life are actually created to persuade you into a certain direction. So yeah, it's been really, really good. Hopefully I'm done in the next, I'm being mysterious, I can't tell you. But yeah, so that's been really, really interesting, and I think like it's just given me so much confidence, and just given me like some sort of vitality of wanting to really be on this here planet Earth, and really just feeling like I'm pushing or working towards a purpose. I read a quote that said, purpose is not something that you look for, it's something that you kind of pour yourself into and try and build. You basically try and build your purpose. It's not something that one day some people have those experiences, yes, but I feel like purpose is something that is strengthened by once you start moving, once you start taking action, once you are in moving motion, you will begin to see that, okay, this is probably what you should be doing. And I've had multiple consultations this year where we'll touch on that. Okay, this year in terms of spirituality and ancestry, and those consultations for me have confirmed that this is what I truly should be doing. And I think also why I procrastinate with studying so much now is because I'm so afraid of how much my life is gonna change, because I feel like once I really transition and really get into that space, there's no looking back. And there's something kind of scary, I can't lie, about stepping out of your comfort zone and changing everything that you've been doing for your life so far in your life. I'm 25 this year. Yeah, so it's a process. Hopefully we get there though. We get there. Yeah, and I turned 25 this year. I actually forgot about that because this year has been so long. I turned 25, dog. Like, what? You know, like when you're younger, you think 25 is a far off distant age, and then papa, you're 25? No, that's fucking traumatic. I'm gonna need somebody to run me some randelas, because what is going on? I turned 25 this year, and I think the hardest part about people who turned 25 this year is you don't feel it because of that 2 years that we spent in the pandemic. You feel like your time was wasted. You get me? So that's freaking interesting. But yeah, what else can I tell you guys? Like I said, I touched a bit on spirituality, and I think spirituality has been a big what is it called, underlying theme in my life. I feel like a lot of what I went through this year, child, the intention was to make me closer to my guides, but I've been rejecting that feeling and that push to really get back into my spirituality. It's been so difficult for me. It's been so difficult for me to pray this year. It's been so difficult for me to give thanks, to live in a spirit of gratitude. Yo, like, it's been a lot. You understand? Like, there have been so many moments this year where I really felt like disconnected from everybody around me, disconnected from God, disconnected from just any real feelings other than just feeling lost. You get me? Like, it's been a tough year, emotionally and mentally, I can't lie. I've really been struggling with connection, and I've also learned something about myself in terms of boundaries. I tend to neglect my boundaries a lot, and what that does is it makes me resentful towards the people who I'm ignoring my boundaries for, to a point where I end up hating them, or I get to a point where I just like don't even want anything to do with them anymore. And it kind of that's me letting myself down, that's me letting my inner child down. And when I do that, I feel like that's where the disconnect comes in, that's where the feeling of disconnection comes in, because I'm choosing other people over myself. I'm choosing your priorities or your needs over myself. Like, I'm choosing to really pay attention and listen to your issues, and while putting myself on the back burner, where I'm not even at 100%. Like, my cup is not full, dog. Like, my cup was giddy sips. So yeah, that has been a very big lesson as well this year, that I really need to focus on my boundaries, and I really need to stop entertaining things that are not for me. I feel like I have a strong sense of intuition, but I struggle with actually enforcing that intuition. I struggle with choosing my intuition, because I don't want to make myself uncomfortable or make anybody else uncomfortable, to the point where, like, I feel like some of the things that I've gone through this year were kind of my own fault. You know, I feel like in the first few months of the year, I was kind of self-destructive. I can't lie. I was self-destructive, dog. Like, and when I look at it, it's because I'm refusing to let go of the past version of my life, or the past phase of my life, and step into the new chapter of my life, if that makes sense. So it's been like a very big tug of war situation between me now, my current, like my future self, and my present self, and my past self. Like, it's a tug of war. Like, it's just, Casper needs to sponsor us, for boy, because so yeah, it's been horrid. And now what I've noticed in the past 2 months is that God is literally, like, I feel like he's making me so uncomfortable in certain spaces around certain people, where I can't help but no longer speak to you. I can't help but no longer really have any interest in being around you. It's so bad. Like, guys, sorry guys if you can hear the sound of the birds. I am so sorry, but my place attracts birds for some reason. It's so odd. I also made myself a cup of tea. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten. I was like, you know what, if I don't record this video, then I'm never gonna do it. So here we are. Okay, so we've covered quite a bit. Spirituality, just to round that off, I feel like now I've gotten a bit better in terms of getting back to prayer. It's still a little bit difficult. And also I've gotten into ancestral spirituality. I've never been somebody who was very knowledgeable, or I've never been somebody who really kind of like knew what was going on. I can't lie. The family that I come from, they don't really practice ancestral or African spirituality. So it's something that I personally decided to get into myself. My sister has had her own journey, which also I think made it easier for me to have questions, and yeah, I definitely recommend it. I think it's nice to know what's going on and to have that type of connection. Yeah. Anyway, so you have heard me say so many things have happened throughout this video. So I'm gonna get into one of the specific things that happened. Now that I'm 25, like, imagine. So after grad, back in May, I had grad. I felt so good. Like, you know, there's a feeling of accomplishment, finality of finishing something, and just being celebrating with your people in your life and feeling all that love. After that, like, I kind of slipped into a mild depression. I had a long depressive episode. And I think it was probably triggered by the fact that we were going into winter. There's something called SAD, but I'm gonna make a separate video about my journey with depression because I feel like it's a very important conversation to have. So yeah, anyway, back in May, going to June, basically, fine, I finished graduating, and then you like go back to the same life that you've been living. Like you go back to the same life, you start applying, you start, you know, trying to get jobs and I already work. And when you look at the pay rates for your industry, you're just like, what the hell is this, honey? Like I would have to start at an internship level, and it's just not in a career that I would want to pursue per se right now. So I was just like stressed. I just feel like I had really intense feelings of uncertainty and not knowing what I'm doing with my life, feeling like I have no cooking clue. I still don't have a cooking clue, but now I'm okay with not having a cooking clue. Then like it was on my mind, etched in my mind back in June, July. Like I remember I started even struggling to sleep because I could not shut my brain off. So I'd fall asleep for 10 minutes and then my thoughts just come back and I can't sleep. Like I barely slept over 2-3 hours during that period. I was just very stressed, very yeah, it was not okay. Like I was not fine. And then I started getting sick. I got this intense pain in my right hand side to the point where at some like 3 weeks in, I couldn't even move the right side of my body from here to basically like my mid torso, I'd say. I couldn't move the right side of my body, and that was scary. Like if you know me, you must know that whenever I'm sick, like I'm not okay mentally. It really tears me down. Like it makes me so stressed. And also I was just very unhappy with my job. I was very unhappy with where I am. I was very unhappy of doing the same thing. Like I've worked for this company for a few years now and I'm still doing the same thing, you know. So yeah, that was something that was heavy on me. And I think just this year as a whole, I've just been struggling to regulate my emotions and to manage my stress. I tend to kind of play it down and it manifests itself as something bigger. So please don't do that. Please don't do that. Like find outlets for you to kind of really work through your emotions or feel your emotions and then let them go, because that is not a good quality of life. That was so hellish. I haven't felt that way since 2017. And you obviously also can't tell people around you because people around you really worry about you, all right? So 2017, I mean not 2017 child, like those 2 months, it was a struggle for me. I was super stressed out. July, I got into a car accident. Oh my god. I posted the picture on Instagram. I don't know if I'm gonna put it on here. I don't know how I feel about that. But I got into a car accident and bro, yo, my car literally, like somebody hit me from the back, from a back wheel. And my car is like quite big and elevated. So when somebody hits you, it just flies off like it's a van. So it flew. This guy hits me, the car does this and then keeps going forward and then it pa. No, it didn't spin, but like it basically landed on my side and you know, I don't know how to say that in English actually. And it was fucking scary. Like it was so scary, and I don't think my mind actually really understood what was going on at the time. And I was with a friend of mine. Like, yo guys, it was so traumatic and it was such a difficult time because we didn't get hurt. I didn't get hurt physically. We didn't get hurt, which is a miracle because the car literally flipped on my side and the window shattered, but I didn't get hurt. Like, anyway, so my friend like literally says to me, Basi. I was zoned out because as soon as I saw that this car is gonna flip over, my brain clocked out and I was just sitting like this waiting for whatever to happen. And I had no emotion, guys. Like I didn't even scream, nothing. That's how I knew my soul was dead. during those 2 months. But anyway, we get out of the car, shop, it's a whole thing. I went back to Joburg on the same day. This happened in Pretoria. I went back to Joburg on the same day, and yeah, it was mentally fucking difficult. The first week I was in disbelief, I think, and everybody keeps telling you like, okay, at least you're fine, at least you didn't get hurt, at least you're still alive. And at that point, I can't lie, I was like, is it really like it's a good thing? What's going on? I don't feel like that. Like, I was just emotionally very numb for a while, and because I was sick, I wasn't going to work, so I wasn't working at that time. Like, I spent a good 3 weeks, almost a month, without working. So during that period, like, I was just in hell. I remember there was a week where I literally sat on my bed every single day, did not move, just watch series to drown out my own thoughts and to make me feel something. And also, I think the worst part about that experience is how everybody was treating me. And I understand it's because they care, but like how people look at you when you're going through something, I hate that feeling. Like, it's pity, and I couldn't stop crying. Oh, it was just a lot, and I just felt so responsible for stressing other people out. Like, I hated myself for that, stressing other people out and making their life difficult or inconveniencing them having to check in with me, like my grand, my mom, my uncle, my sister. Oh my god, love that hand. Baby girl held me together this year. When I say she held me together this year, I love you so much, thank you. And so yeah, like my friends, oh guys, you see, I keep complaining. I tweeted this the other day that I've complained so much about how shit 2022 was, but the love that I felt this year, I've never felt in my life. Like, it's been so good and so reassuring and affirming that, you know what, I'm pretty sure you're a decent person if the people around you support you like this, you know. So yeah, like, wow guys, nyanthanda bonke, like nonke nyanthanda, like, thank you. I love you guys so much, my friends, my family. You guys really held it down for me when I couldn't myself. So yeah, I was saying that week where I was literally not getting out of bed, I would get out of bed to make something to eat maybe, or fetch my like Uber Eats order at the door and get back into bed, chill. My room was a mess. I didn't want to see anyone. I didn't want to be on social media. Like, it's just a lot. That was probably the worst week of this year, because I could feel myself slipping, and I could feel myself like ideating. I could feel myself really kind of giving up, and that was very scary to me, right? And then right after that week, I went to Pretoria. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I went to Pretoria, and then I went to Pretoria for a weekend. I can't really remember why I was in Pretoria, to be honest. But I went to Pretoria, and then my friends surprised me to come and see me. And like, guys, when I tell you, that shit made me want to cry. Like, yo, that was so sweet. And they probably don't even know this, but that was something that I really needed, because after that weekend, I think we spent 2 days kafela, but after that weekend I felt so much better, and I really mentally kind of decided that I want better for myself, and I want to move different, and I want to really be about what I'm about, and I no longer want to entertain things that make me unhappy. If you're somebody who struggles with depression, you know that it kind of fluctuates. Wanting to be here and just understanding that you're existing are two different things. But I feel like during that period, that's when I kind of figured that I actually want to be here, guys. And I'm not suicidal here, like, I'm not, just to put that out there. But yeah, I then decided that, you know what, babe, like, you okay, this happened, you can't blame yourself. And obviously that also came from the people around me as well. Like, it happened, there's nothing that you can do to change it. You need to accept it, and you need to keep it pushing, because one thing about adulthood, child, yeah, move on, yeah, go on, yeah, move on. So I was like, yeah, babe, at least you're surrounded by people that like really care for you and show you that they care for you. And that weekend changed like a lot for me. It changed a lot. I was in a lot of pain, physically, mentally, but after that weekend I felt so good. Like, do you guys know that tweet or a meme, Ebaring, you spend a weekend with your friends and suddenly life is worth living again? Exactly, that was exactly it. Oh, I didn't pour sugar. That was exactly it. And yeah, that was a turning point for my life. That was when I really realized that, okay, I need to really let go of things that make me unhappy and be cutthroat about it. When I chairman, chairperson, president strata, president bophelo ba hao. So if you continue certain things to allow to continue, then it's going to be very difficult for you to live not necessarily a happier life, but a more content life. And I think this year also was a year that really taught me to let go, because I struggle with letting go, guys. Like, I struggle with letting go. I put myself in situations for way too long. Like, that's something that I had to learn this year, and that's something where resilience, that whole situation in those 2 months, that was resilience. That's a key theme for 2022. Like, if I could pull myself out of that shit, let me tell you, there's nothing I can't do in this world. So enough stuffy stuff. Let me see what else is on the list. Okay, in terms of content creation, where I'm trying to take my YouTube, my life, and all of that, definitely focusing on my studies and really trying to move into that industry. And also just really being active on YouTube. I really have so many concepts that I want to execute. I have a whole list of video ideas, at least 20, but I can't fucking eat it. So if you want to buy me a MacBook, please, or a laptop with a really quick processor, I would love you for life. I'm gonna start a GoFundMe so you guys can fund me, please. And then, like I said, another topic was friendships and love. This year is something that I felt immensely, deeply, a lot. Thank you so much for everybody in my life. Like, I love you guys so much. Nyantanda, like, I love you guys so much. Like, yo, like, yeah, I've gotten a lot closer to my friends and formed deeper connections with my friends, and that is something I am so grateful for. I am so fucking grateful. Like, wow. And last but not least, my love life. Love life, financial, mental, emotional. Those are the facets of a life update, right? So financially, like, I need to make more money. If you guys want to send me money, like, like, that is my goal, to clock more racks. And I also want to move soon to a nice new apartment. I feel like I need a different energy. Like, I need something new in my life. Yeah, create more content, really live life. You understand? Like, be a young black girl in her 20s. Aesthetic, like, I really focus on myself and my inner child. Guys, I have had the epiphany that my inner child is more important than anybody else in this world. Like, if my inner child would not be happy and does not feel protected, I ain't doing it. Like, I'm dizzy. Like, I'm really trying to heal. I'm trying to be a better person. I'm trying to unlearn the toxic traits that I have, toxic habits. I'm trying to manifest bigger things for myself, but also mentally just be prepared. This year is a year where I learned that in as much as material things are nice, I'm a material girl, like, but there's so much more to life outside of the houses, the cars, the all of that. Like, just feeling loved and supported, and those are things that I really want to nurture going forward. Those are things that are really important to me, and I think a lot of people get to that point in their 40s and their 50s, but I want to have my 20s be a testament to individuality, to being somebody who loves freely, to being somebody who loves themselves unconditionally. Because I think also the part that we don't talk about when it comes to self-love is just realizing, like, dog, not every day is going to be sunshine and roses. Sometimes you need to love yourself even when you're guilting yourself, shaming yourself, making wrong decisions, self-sabotaging, all of that. You need to actively, progressively also love those parts of you. You don't get to pick and choose, and you are the only person you're going to be stuck with for the rest of your life. So appreciate yourself, love your friends, love your family, love the people who make you feel good, and hang on to them for fucking dear life, dog. Like, so yeah. Guys, that's it here. In terms of my love, I can't say anything. There's nothing to say. Anyway, child, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope to see you next week. Next week. Why? Because you're consistent. And that's on purpose. That was so extra. For real though, I gotta go eat. So I love you guys. Subscribe, baby. Subscribe, please, 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 please. Bye. Guys, I forgot to mention something extremely important. Or no matter how life gets, at least andinamntwana. Hanang mo ta ang mama.